Kempire is brought to you by the Kempire After Dark live experience is kicking off 2025 with a bang. We're coming back to Washington, D.C. at Union Stage for another amazing show. If you enjoy hot topics, reality TV, and so much more, every single show is a different experience. If you haven't already, get your tickets now for our return to Washington, D.C. I know it's the inauguration week, but let us be the light at a very, well, maybe not so very, depending on who you ask, tunnel. All right. I'm excited to bring this live show experience back to the DMV area. More information on tickets will be available in the description. And New York City, you're up right after that. For Black History Month, we're bringing back the Kempire After Dark live experience to Green Room 42. And this is going to be a very special show as well. But don't forget, you will have access to a live stream option exclusively for this Kempire After Dark live experience here in New York City. We'll be posting links to all of the shows, and information will be available in the episode notes. And I look forward to meeting all of you in person. See you soon. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Boom, boom, boom. What is going on, everyone? I'm just updating this little ticker here. So let me just do this live. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We will be recapping Real Housewives of Salt Lake City later. Can't promise I'll talk about New York City. I haven't had a chance to even watch the episode. Did not prioritize it. So if I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't. I'm already doing a lot already here behind the scenes. But anyways, as I do this, just to remind you guys, first of all, thank you to London for being such a great host and for showing up and showing out this past Sunday. We had a fantastic time. Shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to Grace Report. Shout out to Your Aunties Could Never. They also gave me this beautiful sweatshirt that says Guided by My Ancestors. They gave me a couple of things that I'm like, even some things to eat. You know, I love to eat. So shout out to them for that. Also, we announced just yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday, that we're coming back to New York City for the Kempire After Dark live experience on February 21st. That's Friday, February 21st. Yes, there is a live stream option. Our mods will be posting it in the live chat, but if you're watching the replay of this, you can check out the description as well in regards to the live stream option for those that are watching internationally or other parts of the United States that we haven't gone to yet. But if you're in New York City, you have no excuse. You need to show up and show out, because some of you are like, I've been wanting to go. I want to go. No, this is your opportunity. We're bringing it back for a third time in February for Black History Month, okay? Look, Black History Month. All right, so let me just finish this. One night only, see Kempire Live tickets now available. DC, we're returning January 24th, 2025, inauguration week, I know. New York City on February 21st, 2025. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to update this. There we go. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We see you guys. Hey, Foxy. Foxy says, yay, Kempire. Then I will definitely watch. Yeah, Foxy watched the last one that we did here in New York City where there was a live stream option. A lot of you have been asking for a live stream option. There will be one for the New York City show. But like I said, if you're in DC, don't wait for that show, because what we talk about in DC that week is going to be very different from what we talk about in February. All right? All right. Anyways, let me open my notes in regards to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. How are you guys feeling about the season so far? I did do a recap while I was away. It was pre-recorded. I did do a recap talking about Beverly Hills and my thoughts. I can't wait to talk about Salt Lake City. There's a lot to unpack, just a lot of chaos, funny, real, raw emotions. But we'll be doing that today at 4 p.m. Eastern. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I see. Here's the thing. Some of you are showing your real self. The mask is slipping, because there are some of you that have hated Garcel, but you were too afraid to say it because that'd be going against the grain. That would be the unpopular opinion. You know, over here, we don't care about the popular opinion. We like Garcel for what she does on the show. Do we like her fashion always? No. Even this episode, the fashion was not great. I told London, I said, London, you can't have everything. You can't be beautiful, smart, talented, be booked and busy, and also have a sense of style. Not everyone can be me. I'm kidding. Calm down. All right. It's my Leo moon coming out. All right. But I'm seeing a lot of people falling for what Bravo is trying to do this season. And this season, they're trying to give us this hero moment from Dorit. So some people are like, yes, Dorit, yes, Dorit's doing the thing. Dorit hasn't given you a storyline since she started this damn show. Her true story has never been on the show. We always hear it in the blogs. So excuse me if I'm not going to jump, shuck, and jive for Dorit this season. It's not happening. I know we don't like Kyle and Kyle, her, reaching for a reason to be mad at Dorit. We could do two things at the same time. We could say, Kyle, you're terrible and you're reaching, but Dorit, you're just as bad as she is. However, Garcel, this is what I mean by twerking on a fence, okay? There are some moments, Garcel, I was like, Garcel, just leave that alone. It's not worth it. We don't care about that. It's not that. But fine, we will unpack. We will unpack because we are not team anyone here. We are team us because we don't know these people. We don't want to know these people. And we're good with just watching them on a show. Okay. Elijah says, I just feel like Garcel doesn't like Dorit. Yeah, and that's okay. I think that's quite okay. And a lot of y'all did not like Dorit for the last how many seasons? But this is, Dorit saying everything that you need her to say in order for, Chuck and Jive, very much like what Kyle said. Okay. Oh, hey, Danny. Danny came to our live show, but she also came to our meetup last year. Danny, you looked great. I loved your outfit. Danny was just giving it. Yes. Okay. Danny says a person who calls someone a child bride, Dorit, will never be a hero in my eyes. It's like people all of a sudden forgot all the little things. Y'all were calling Dorit a Karen last season and the previous season. Now, all of a sudden, Dorit's your hero because she's going up against Kyle. No. We appreciate her going up against Kyle about time. But Dorit, you're still Dorito. Damn, I'm coming in hot. Sorry. But I'm not sorry. Because I just hate the... It's all right. It's all right. So let's start at the top. Dorit and Kyle are still having their battle at the dinner table. And based off the after show, again, for those that say they don't want to see Sutton on the show or you don't want to see Garcel on the show, let me tell you something. That after show with Jennifer Tilly, Sutton Strack, and Garcelle Bouvet is the only reason to watch that damn after show, along with Bozema. Because Bozema she doesn't give us the shade, but she gives us like a real, just her metaphors and analogies. I'm like, okay, Bozema, I see you, but I'm watching you. Look, this alliance with Dorit, I told you, I'm like, look, like who you like, fine. I'm not saying that you need to be friends with anybody. But I'm like, You understood every word I just said. You understood every word I just said. Okay. Cute Potato says, I love Bose so far. Can we bring back Kim? Kim Richards? No. Kim is going through some things. We do not need to bring her back, okay? Didi, I agree. Didi, everyone does. I think this is why everyone is Team Dorit. Didi says, I just like that Dorit is on Kyle's neck. Especially because Kyle has no real reason to be mad. She has no real reason to be mad at Dorit. Okay. Sorry, y'all. So Dorit and Kyle go back and forth. And Dorit says that Kyle expects blind loyalty. I think so. I agree with her. And honestly, I'm glad she's calling it out. She does. Kyle does expect blind loyalty. Kyle also thinks that she is the queen of this show. Okay? Is Kyle the baby of the family? She's the baby, right? Maybe for Kyle, because she never was the big superstar in the family. It was Kathy Hilton. Then her sister was the better actress. So Kyle finally has her moment. I think this is... Oh, she's the middle child? Oh, so she's definitely giving middle child syndrome. So I'm looking at Kyle like she is... But I also think a lot of people said that Kyle believes that she is the queen of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Fine. Scotty, I'm not going to repeat what you just said, Scotty. Okay. See, Love Calm Peace says, like the new picture. She says, Team No One. I do like Garcelle. She annoyed me. That's all. No, I agree. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about look, we're not talking about you, are we? Look, are we? Thank you so much for the super chat, Delon. Delon says, "Will never stand Dorit. Garcel is just flopping." Oh, not flopping. You'll have to call in and explain what you mean by flopping. You'll have to call it. Look, it could be flopping for a variety of different reasons. Flopping for the fact of inserting herself in a conversation that doesn't necessarily involve her coming in with that whole, "Oh, I saw you just reposted the Nats, Instagram story." It could be a variety of reasons, but we will talk about it. Okay, Portia says that Kyle is the youngest. Regardless, Kyle is giving, she was never the star of the family, and now she is the big name in the family, kind of, sort of. And she expects blind loyalty. She expects everyone to bow down to her and everyone on this cast. She expects everyone to treat her the way that they treat Kathy Hilton. Okay? I think that's what it is. Kyle is finally having her moment where she's the star in the family. And she's not, Kim. And everyone that keeps asking for Kim Richards to come back, y'all saw the stories recently with Kim. Kim needs to focus on her sobriety. She does not need to be on reality television. Jack Love says, not flopping. Cynthia, you're wrong. Cynthia says, Garcel to this day has had no storyline. Did you not watch when Garcel came onto the show and spoke about how her husband cheated on her so bad? Did you not watch that? Did you not watch when she talked about her son's addiction? Did you not watch last season when she talked while so many mothers related to her, seeing how her son did not want to be around her. He wanted to go live with the dad. There's a lot. Just because it's not drama where a husband has stolen millions and millions of dollars from victims, all right, or a husband has cheated is currently cheating on her. Just because that is not what's happening in someone's life doesn't mean they don't have a storyline. We all have a storyline. Some people find certain things more interesting than others. We all have a storyline. I have a storyline, but like I said, I wouldn't put it on reality television because I don't think y'all would find it interesting. My storyline be like, oh, gotta get ready for work. Oh, wait, no, but look, just went to London, had a massive, successful show. Okay, a little bit. But not everyone's life is all of that. Okay, anyways. I say all that to say. So Dorit says that Kyle expects blind loyalty. I believe that. Then they rehashed things from years ago. They rehashed Dorit making comments about Kyle. You remember Kyle launched the whole caftan business and things like that, but she wasn't even the designer. And Dorito came in to help her, and she made those comments. So apparently Kyle has been holding a grudge since then about that. Dorit says that she basically froze, did not speak to her, gave her a silent treatment for 6 months. Probably the time when they're not filming. Let's be honest, that's what they're talking about. Kyle did not speak to Dorit for 6 months, meaning the time that they weren't filming. And then they come back, oh, long time no see. It's been such a long time since we've seen each other. So Dorit was probably thinking, oh, I'm supposed to hear from you during the time, and she didn't. Okay. All right. So Dorit says that Kyle made fun of her business. So you remember when she was styling the restaurant, and Kyle, everyone had a comment to say about Dorit and what she was doing then. Okay, we still don't know how Dorit makes money now. Just saying, but y'all okay with her no storyline having stuff? Oh, she's going through a separation with PK. Really? Look, we've been hearing about Dorit and PK being and living separate lives for years. This is the first season where she's actually talking about it. Maybe because she has no other storyline that she can conjure up right before a season when word on the street is that they're considering not bringing her back. We've had that how many seasons in a row? We've had, doesn't look like Dorit's coming back. So Dorit pulls out some sort of stunt, allegedly, right before. And now all of a sudden, her and PK are having, they're having issues. Her and PK are having issues. Yeah, they've been having issues for years. Amber says they've been separating. Just say. Oh, hey, Miss Bernice. Miss Bernice says Garcelle could be a Girl Scout troop leader, and still be more interesting than Dorit. Garcelle's confessionals alone are more interesting than Dorit, if we're going to be honest. All right. But I'll get back to that. So Kyle and Dorit are going back and forth about their grievances, about things that have gone on over the years. And even Sutton looks at Erica and she's like, isn't that years ago? Yeah, years ago. They've been holding this in. They're just in time for this season. Okay? Just in time for this season. Anyways, so Kyle says that Dorit could give her a break. She's been through a lot. And honestly, when Kyle did say that, she's going through her marriage trouble, I almost forgot that she lost her best friend, like her real best friend, like her friend, like her, if we're going to talk about real friends, like this was her real best friend that unalived herself. So I do believe, sometimes I forget about that. So I kind of want to be like, okay, this kind of does make sense why Kyle might be going through a transformation of sorts when it comes to her life and her relationships. And she was just like, couldn't you give me a break? Dorit says, I did give you a break for 2 years. For 2 years, I gave you a break. Okay, fine. Okay. Then Dorit continues to kind of want to pull Erica in regards to this drama, because she's like, did you get mad at Erica for the text message when she read what she said about the text message that you sent to me, or what Erica said on Watch What Happens Live? Erica did say on the after show that what she said on Watch What Happens Live was more towards Andy Cohen and what he was going to do during the reunion versus it being about Kyle. And when they replayed it, I felt like she was just talking in general. I don't feel like she was directing it at Kyle, but Kyle did take that personal. Oh gosh. But they did have a conversation. Apparently Kyle and Erica had a conversation about that. Excuse me. And just when it seems like they're getting to a better place, Sutton does say, she's like, well, I can agree, Kyle. You have put me on a timeout before, and we talked about that recently. And you said that's something that you need to work on. Okay. All right. So Kyle does say it is something that she needs to work on. So it felt like Sutton really came in. Like, this is when chiming in is good. And I like it, because Kyle had to admit in that moment, well, yeah, I do need to, work on that and icing people out when she's not happy with them. Is that an earth sign thing? Because I could relate. Like, sometimes it's good to put people on a timeout indefinitely. That might be my problem, though, because my timeout won't be for like 6 months. It would be like, oh, you're still here? Oh. You're still here? Yeah, yes. And then, in regards to the BravoCon joke, Kyle, this is where I will never have your back. And I know, for those that are new here, or this is your first time listening to a recap, or you're not familiar with me twerking on a fence, this is what twerking on a fence means. Because I know you're probably like, so what side are you on? My side. 1 minute I'm on Kyle's side. Next minute I'm on Dorit's side. Next minute I'm on Garcel's side. Next minute I'm on no one's side. Okay? Oh, is it my Leo? Demi says, as a Leo, I will avoid you of my presence. So maybe it's the Leo in me. Okay? Natural says, why was your Sutton impersonations? Was it? I don't know. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. So, in regards to the BravoCon joke, which was clearly a joke, when they keep replaying it, I'm like, Kyle, this is not helping your argument. If anything, it's helping us lean more towards Dorit. Okay? But Dorit says, I'm sorry if it hurt you. So Kyle doesn't like that terminology, which is very Housewives, where they kind of apologize but don't apologize. And Kyle says that basically negates your apology. So this is where Garcel agrees with Kyle and says that Dorit can't say you're sorry. So this is where a lot of people are saying, why is Garcel inserting herself? Because you're sitting at a table with a group of people that are listening to this conversation and making their own little remarks. It's just that Dorit probably heard this remark and wanted to chime in. But it's like people completely forgot Dorit and Garcel's back and forth over the last few seasons. And Garcel has every right to say, I don't think you know how to say you're sorry because we've had an experience similar to that. So why wouldn't she chime in and say, yeah, I don't think that you know how to say that you're sorry. Okay. So Dorit says that she wouldn't. I wouldn't expect you to agree with me. So she's like, oh, then Garcel says, so then we're on the same page. Yes. Oh, MG. But we're not done with that. So Garcel in the next scene. So it seems as if Kyle and Dorit do make some sort of peace at this dinner. It takes us a journey. But we do make a little bit of peace. Then in Separates, when they go back to the rooms, Garcel and Sutton this is the next day, unpack what happened at the dinner. And they were like, this felt like it was divorce court. Like, what was going on? It was awkward to kind of sit there and watch these two go back and forth about their grievances for years and years and years. And Jennifer Tilly, Sutton, they're like, I just want to eat. Like, that's the thing with Housewives. What I've heard from Housewives when they talk about filming and eating, this is why Dr. Wendy Asefo says she'll order like food to go, because during filming, you can't eat. It's almost impossible because you're supposed to be engaged in the conversation. So your food basically sitting there getting cold. What a waste. Again, another reason why I couldn't do reality television. What a waste of food. Sutton basically was like, I just wanted to eat. And if you watch the after show, Jennifer Tilly talks more about that. And she's just like, she wanted to reach for something, but she's like, this might be awkward if I do that while they're arguing. I would have. I was like, this doesn't involve me. I'm just going to take some food and move on. Okay. Let me say thank you, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, this is why I love you, Kempire. I see the narrative they're trying with Garcel. The mask is slipping. I have to speak my truth. I don't speak the Bravo universe. I don't speak what the popular opinion is. I know sometimes it aligns with the popular opinion, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you how I really feel. Because I don't care. I don't know these people. And at the end of the day, when I'm off of here, I don't think about these people. But I see what people are saying. I was like, oh, y'all never liked Garcel. That's why all of a sudden you're ready to go. But that's the Bravo universe. They try to build you up to take you down later. So careful. Look, thank you, Nicole, for the super chat. Hey, Nina, beautiful pictures. Oh, everyone's just so pretty. Nina says, Kyle has not been the same since her friend passed away. You can tell her zest for life is gone. Oh, her personality has completely changed. And honestly, I'm glad that Kyle said that. And honestly, that for me stands out more than anything that Kyle might try to pull as an excuse. And the way that her friend passed, and she didn't see it coming. She did not see that coming. So she probably feels lost in a lot of ways because of that. And let's be honest, her friendship with Dorit probably was a lot more surface than it was with her other friend that passed away. It definitely was. That friend was in her will. Okay. Anyways, Tanya says, yes, Kempire, they have an agenda. Come on. Like, we see it. We see it. Anyways, guys, happy holidays. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. How would you guys rate this week's episode of Beverly Hills? How would you rate it? This was a good episode. Kathy Hilton is a mess. And I love the fact that Kathy Hilton can really, she hosts an event. I did see that Kathy Hilton had her little Christmas party and she invited all the Bravo celebrities and DirecTV and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, all right. Everyone, she's happy to be back on the show. And I'm happy to have her just sort of be there, the light, fun energy, and spend the money and gift everybody everything. I'm like, okay, this is great. Look, this is great. And then randomly, she's smelling a candle. It's not a scented candle at the dinner table, Kathy. Are you paying attention to these little moments? Are you paying attention to these little moments? Kathy takes the candle and puts it up. Sidebar, Rita, thank you so much for my candle. And look, and my Gucci, what's it, like the bomb? I was like, Gucci? Okay, Rita. Thank you. So Kathy takes the candle and I'm like, Kathy, it's lit, y'all. It's a lit candle she's putting towards her head. Don't know what that is. Don't know what's going on with Kathy, okay? And then, of course, later on, we see Kathy brushing her teeth with a makeup brush. Kathy Hilton has a lot of money. Kathy Hilton could have someone go out and get her a toothbrush, Okay. In the age of Uber Eats, DoorDash, and everything else, she could order a toothbrush. Did she not realize she was brushing her teeth with a makeup brush? Okay. Okay. Fine. Erica and Dorit. Here's the thing with Erica. Here's the thing with the Fox Force flunkies. And let me tell you something, Bravo. Come here. Look, hold on. Bravo, come here. Come a little bit closer. Let me tell you something, Bravo. If you really think that you're going to try and bamboozle us and bring the Nat, a.k.a. Teddy Mellencamp, this season, or no, not this season, next season, because of her cheating situation or because she's sleeping in the closet in Kyle's house, you got it wrong. We are not interested. You hear me? Don't even think about it. I warned you. I warned them. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear about it. I honestly was, every time they mentioned her name during the episode, why are we talking? Why are we making this a thing? Why are we making this a thing? We don't want it. The fans don't, look, the fans don't want it. Sorry. I'm back. We really don't care. And I promise you, if you try to make the Nat a thing, I will not watch. I will not review. Because I'm not, or I'll just skip it. Anytime you mention the Nat, I will skip it. If she has a scene, I will skip it. We are not interested. You see how we moved on already from her cheating situation? Yes, I know I said cheating twice because he cheated too, apparently. And the man that she was cheating was married to, so he cheated. So cheating situation. Okay. Loretta, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I love Kathy, Garcel, and Jennifer Tilly. Not Sutton? We're going to talk about Sutton and the Virgos. Okay, calm down, Virgos. Hayat, Hayat. Okay with the picture, Hayat. Hayat says, Kyle is in her evil bag for staying in contact with PK. Do you think that Mauricio and Dorit rumors got to her? Well, what I will say, because I was going to mention this later, but I'll mention it now just in case I forget. If the tables were reversed and we found out that Dorit was getting messages from Mauricio, I know the rumors have been out there, but we would have a whole different feeling. I think it's the fact that we know that Kyle is not interested in PK, single PK. So I'm just like, if the tables were reversed, we would be saying something completely different. But we know nothing's happening there, okay? But those are the ones you need to watch out for, the ones that you don't expect. Delon, thank you so much for the super chat. Another super chat. Delon says, why aren't we getting Kathy versus Sutton? Because we want Kathy to have a light, fun season. I'm speaking for production, okay? Marigold says, we don't care about John Mellencamp's daughter. But we care about John Mellencamp, okay? Ooh, Teresa says, take us out the group chat with Teddy Bravo. The fact that they talked about this so many times, about mentioning her so many times in this episode, I was just like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? So Erica and Dorit, Dorit goes to Erica's room, and I believe that the Fox Force flunkies are conjuring up a story, okay? So Erica, she says she's concerned about Dorit. She doesn't want to talk about everything that happened before. She wants to talk about Dorit and her mental health and what's going on with PK. With PK, all right? And Dorit says, she's in a different point in her life. This is why she put her foot down with Kyle, and this is why she put her foot down with PK. Here's the thing. I want to feel sorry for Dorit, but I just know that this is plotted and planned, which is sad. And I know you're probably thinking, maybe you've just been watching reality TV too much. You're desensitized, Empire. No, I can see through the BS. The BS of the last how many years. And then Crystal Kung Minkoff basically confirmed it on her podcast that the Dorit that we see on television versus the Dorit in real life are two different people. And I believe that. And I think a producer had the idea, this is going to be your season. You're going to step up to Kyle. The fans are going to love you. And look, that producer deserves a raise because a lot of people are falling for it. I'm not. I'm not. But anyways, So Erica, is helping her friend. She's saying, I'm worried about you and what's going on with you. Okay. And your mental health. Okay. Maybe. Well, maybe. Fine. But then we have another scene with Kathy, Kyle, and Jennifer Tilly. Okay. Jennifer says, I enjoyed the fight. Sidebar, Jennifer Tilly is so rich. Sidebar, shout out to anyone in Malibu and affected by the fires in Malibu. Literally was just over there when I went to LA. And Norma took me over to Malibu because I'd never been there before. She's like, I'm going to take you to this really cool spot. And we went. So, and then we had talked about the previous fires that happened. So only to hear about the fires while I was in London, I was like, oh my gosh, not again. Right over there by Pepperdine University. We had driven right past there. So sad. So sad. So everyone be safe out there. Okay, so Jennifer Tilly, rich. Look, the reason why I went there, because Jennifer Tilly talked about all her different properties that she has. And this was in another clip that I saw. Maybe this is for next week. I don't know. But Jennifer Tilly is rich. Like, I knew she was rich, but she last week confirmed that she does get that percentage of the Simpsons money. She has multiple homes. Okay. You know what I love? I love the fact that Jennifer Tilly and some of the richest housewives on this show are probably the most down to earth, including Kyle. I know. I calm down. See, this is why I say twerking on the fence and be team you, because there are moments you can say you enjoy someone. Okay. Even Kyle, like Kyle can be very down to earth in a lot of ways. She's like, I'm not doing a stylist and this, and I'll do my own makeup, blah, 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 blah. Sutton, very much like that as well. Jennifer Tilly, I love her. Like, if you see her on the after show, you get to see a little bit more of her personality. Bravo's not paying me, or Pika, but you should, the way I advertise for you. But she's so down to earth. She had the same boyfriend who's also a poker player. The way she introduces herself, like, we don't know her as an actress. Oh, I'm a poker player. You are an actress that we know and love, okay? But she has a house here. She has a house there. I think the house in Malibu, she says, is haunted. So she says they don't go there that often. It's like, okay. Anyways, let me take a sip. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. And don't forget the Campfire After Dark live experience is coming to Washington, D.C. next month. Yes. January 24th of 2025. And then we're bringing it back to New York City on February 21st, both on Fridays, okay? So go get your tickets today. And the New York City show will be live streamed. There's a separate link for that. That's available in the description, and our mods are posting it in the live chat. But if you're watching the replay, all of that information will be available in the description, okay? All right. So we have this separate scene with Kathy, Kyle, and Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly says that she enjoyed the fight. She's like, I hate to say it, but I enjoyed it. She's I think Kyle was the one, or Kathy was the one to say, it was like watching tennis. And then they show the scene again, and you just see everyone's eyes just going back and forth, and they're playing the little sound effect of the ball getting hit. Okay? Tanya says, Miami, please, we love you. No. I would love to. Let me see. Let's see for 2025. Touring takes a lot out on me too. Y'all think it's just I just show up. Oh, Loretta says if your place is haunted, Airbnb it. People pay for goes. Loretta. Okay. So the women then, because Kathy's hosting this event, she's like, we're going to be late, so we're going to take, special transportation. So they get in these like really nice go-karts. It's not a go-kart, like golf cart. And they head to the boat. Okay. So while they're in there, Bozema asks Garcel, have you ever been on a boat with these ladies? And Garcel recalls the time that Erica was on the boat and she was trying to figure out, her balance between pills and alcohol. At first I was like, do we share that? But I mean, it was filmed. It was seen. I cringed a little bit. I was like, well, I mean, it's true. But at the same time, I was like, she doesn't really know Garcel. I mean, she doesn't really know Erica like that. So, okay. Just saying. And that's when Kyle tells us about Kathy brushing her teeth with the makeup brush. Okay. It looked fine. So the ladies get on a boat. This would be considered a yacht, right? Maybe a small yacht. Okay. And Sutton sees the Captain Leo, and she's like, oh my God, I think he is so cute. I'm just like, I think he is so cute. What did she say? He can pull, wait, what did she say? I can't remember. I don't want to mess it up. I should have wrote it down. But her analogy, I was like, Damn, Sutton. That's the Virgos for you. The Virgos, they might seem prim and proper, but they're freaks on the low. Okay? They're freaks on the low. All right? Murdoch says, Merce in the... Wait, I have that. Hold on. Where is it? I have it somewhere.
Merce is in the purse.
Exactly. Daddy says the captain wasn't all that, but that apparently seems to be Sutton's type. But remember, Sutton last season was doing the whole dating thing and had a matchmaker. I don't think Captain Leo makes the amount of money that would be comfortable for Sutton. But she admits that. I think that was in the after show. She's like, I'm really not attracted to men that are rich, basically. Oh, Ali says the first true thing you stated about Virgos. Really? Is this coming from a Virgo? Ali? Really? The first true thing I've said about Virgos? Come on now. Endo says that Sutton is a freak on the low. She is. She's kissing her driver. Come on. Good for her, though. She's single. Why not? And she gave all of her good years. I'm being facetious. She gave all her good years to that ex-husband. So, she's living her best life. All right. So we see Sutton lusting after the captain as he's talking about don't stuff up the toilets. And then we see Kathy telling the cook how to barbecue. And Kyle's like, oh, God, this is so embarrassing. Garcel, which I can appreciate about Garcel, she's not afraid to call Kathy out. I'm like, Kathy, are you telling the cook how to cook, how to barbecue? And she's like, well, I know how to barbecue. Okay. Kyle says the next thing she's going to be telling Captain Leo how to stir the boat. Okay. Anyways, then they randomly bring up, did Dorit say hello to Garcel? And Garcel's like, no, she didn't say hello to me. Garcel, I just wish in that moment you were like, yeah, she didn't say hello to me, but I wouldn't expect her to say hello to me. Maybe she said it and they edited it out, but here's the thing. I wouldn't give them that. I'd be like, she didn't say hello to me, but it's okay. Look, I don't care. And honestly, would you expect to read after the night before for her to say hello? Maybe in the Housewives world, they've had a fight and then, the next day everything's hunky-dory. Okay. Didn't Kathy have slippers that said hunky-dory? She's a mess. Okay. Kyle and Dorit at the table talk again about their stuff. And it seems like they really did get to a better place. And because they're going through what they're going through at the same time, they say that, they shouldn't be fighting. They need each other. And look at the husbands. The husbands are closer than ever and leaning on each other during this time. Fine. So the ladies end up separating. Kyle and Garcel end up going to the lower level of the boat. And Sutton and Dorit actually have a side conversation. But in Garcel and Kyle's conversation, so Kyle's talking about, the things that's been going on. But Garcel opens up about life after her boys. She's like, with my career, I'm good. With everything else, I'm good. But now I'm trying to figure out what's next for me now that my sons are about to be moving out and it's just going to be me. And she's wondering, does that include me wanting to be, get with a new man or whatever it may be? And she just wondered what's next for her as a woman. And Kyle says, I really can relate to that. That's what I've been doing these last few years, trying to figure exactly who I am as a person as my kids are growing up and getting older. And I know a lot of people can relate to what these women are talking about because a lot of people that are watching this show are reaching that point in their lives. A lot of you started watching Housewives when you had little kids, and now those little kids are getting older and going off to college. I know. I'm just saying, when you think about the people that are watching and that have grown with the show, it's not the teeny boppers, okay? It's grown women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s that have been watching this show. So I feel like Garcel and Kyle talking about this is very relatable to the audience that's watching this show. Okay? But then Kyle reveals, she says that PK has been reaching out to her and Garcel has probably... Were you guys surprised by this? Did you have Garcel's reaction? Honestly, I was like, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised that Kyle's admitting it because Kyle has tried to downplay her relationship with PK and Dorit. So Kyle says, yeah, he's been reaching out to me and things like that. So, Garcel's like, what? So Sutton and Dorit have a side conversation during this scene, and Sutton talks about why she wants to be a support for Dorit because her son was the age that Jagger is during her divorce. So she talks a little bit about her divorce. She says it took like they separated first, and then her husband filed for divorce, and then it took like 3 years. It was 3 years worth it because we saw how Sutton ended up in this divorce. Okay, but she says to Dorit she wants to be there for Dorit as a support. And as you know, Dorit and Sutton haven't gotten along over the years, and they showed clips of the different moments that Dorit and Sutton have had that have been contentious. Okay. But look, here's the thing. This is another very true thing about a Virgo. I think Virgos, they have their ways that might get on your nerves, but I also think that they're always willing to help. They're always willing, maybe begrudgingly. They're always willing to be like, I know a person for this. I can do this. I know this information. I know it all. That is Virgo. So I'm not surprised that Sutton is just like, I'm here for you. Like, if you need me, for anything. And I think that's the gullibility of Sutton thinking that this is a real divorce. that there might be some contention in this situation. I think that's what's happening here. But I do believe that Sutton wants to be a resource for women going through what she went through. She wants to be able to pass the information on. Like, learn from what I did. And honestly, if I was to ever go through a divorce, God forbid, mind you, I'm talking about divorce, I ain't even got the man. But I'm just saying, if I was to ever get a divorce and I was friends with Sutton, I'd be like, girl, tell me everything. I want to know who your forensics accountant was. I want to know who your attorney was. Probably too rich for my blood. But maybe at that particular point in my life, I'll be able to afford it. But you know what I mean? Just, okay. Marcus says, I feel like Dorit thinks she's better than Sutton. She called her unintelligent on the after show. Oh, yeah, you're right, Marcus. I forgot about that. Which goes back to the delusion of Dorit. Because if you really had to compare intelligence between Sutton and Dorit, who would you bet on? I'm betting on the Virgo, Sutton. Okay? I agree. Philly says, I enjoy Bosema's commentary about the friend group. It's actually very humorous, some of the comments that Bosema makes, because if she's making real life commentary on how we probably would feel if we were thrown into this group. We were like, what is going on here? You guys have so much below the surface. Like there's a rock here, and then right below there's something else, and then there's something else, and there's something else. She did say during the after show, she's keeping her eye on people like Sutton, because the way that she reacted, she's like, if you could be that way with Dorit, that means you could be that way with me. Very true. Very true. Oh, Marcus says, and Bose on this episode on the after show has confirmed I won't like her. I'm going to say this, and I've said this before. I'm not saying that I don't like Bosema, because I do. But I will say, after you watch the after show this week, you might be like, I'm going to keep my good eye on you, Bose. I'm going to keep my good eye on you. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, Jean says, I'm betting on the one with a consistent dialect. I don't know what you're talking about. She's talking about Sutton. She's going to choose Sutton over Dorit, okay? Ooh, Pure Luxury says, Bose needs to look at Dorit like that. What's beneath the surface, right? Danny says, I'm not feeling Bose, but her background is impressive. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, her resume speaks for itself. And honestly, I do enjoy her confessionals, but I'm keeping my good on Bose based off of the after shows. All right, let me move on, because I got somewhere to be to before I do my recap. I have errands to run. Look, I just got back literally last night. Oh my gosh. First of all, it was like 60 degrees here in New York, which I left and it was freezing. It was super windy and cold. Okay. All right. Just say it. All right. So I have things to do. I unpacked, though. I did unpack. I have to organize some stuff. I'm still decorating my Christmas tree. Not really. I'm done, but I have a couple of ornaments I'm still adding. Anyways, you didn't ask. Okay. Ooh, Sarah says the Sluttons are about to start disliking Bose because she's not falling in line. Ooh, Sarah, who are you calling a slut? That's what Sutton's fans are called. And that's why I'm like, no, I'm not falling. Look, I like Bose, and there's a lot of truth. I'm giving her grace as she comes into the situation, but we have to remember she doesn't know the Dorit that we know. Okay, she doesn't know the Dorit that we know. She says Dorit is still Doritoing. Mm-hmm. All right, let me move on from that. So Bose opens up about her man. So Bose has this man named Keely. They've been dating for 8 months. But Bose said before she dated Keely, she was dating this con artist, basically, because he lied about everything. She asked him, "Are you still sleeping with your ex?" And he looked at her with a straight face and said, "Yup." Have you ever been in a situation like that? I don't know. I would be like, I'm done. Look, I'm sure Bose is no longer with that man, but she's very happy with this new man. All right. So she's talking about how dating is tough for her because you have to remember her background, her resume. After she lost her husband, she says she went full force when it comes to building on her relationship with her daughter, when it comes to her career. And she feels like sometimes because of her career and who she is, it has intimidated other men. So she says it's hard for her to date out here in this world. I want to know more about Keely and like who he is and more about where he comes from. Okay. But yeah, I thought that was interesting when she talked about that. And I wasn't surprised. At all. Jennifer Tilly talked about how a guy she once dated was sort of like he would be one way to the public, but they would go out to dinner and she's putting the credit card under the table so that he could pay and feel like the man. I'm like, damn, what women got to deal with for dating. Anyways, as they're getting off the boat, one thing, no matter what you want to say about this group and if they're not getting along and whatever team you might be on, they all were looking out for Sutton. Kathy Hilton looked out for Sutton. She was like, "Captain Leo, can you carry Sutton off the boat? Because, it's a thing that we do, blah, blah, blah." And then Dorit brought the love note. Call her. Give her a call. This is from Sutton. Give her a call. And then Erica being very, straightforward. She's like, "Are you single?" She's interested. For me, that would be so freaking awkward. Let me do this on my own. Are we in high school? Why are we passing notes? We don't know if this man is single or not. I guess we will get an update. I don't even think they talked about this on the after show in regards to whether or not Sutton actually went on a date with this man. I don't know. All right, moving on from there. So Sutton gets carried off the boat. Fine, we get to this group dinner. Let's talk about the group dinner. So Kathy Hilton reveals that, they talk about like intimate photos. Do you send intimate photos to your boyfriend like when you're away or your husband? And Kathy Hilton says, those photos are kept in a safe at the bank. What? You know where it will be safe? Not taking those kind of photos, but fine. Her and Rick are, still keeping it spicy. I mean, honestly, I feel it's safer for Kathy Hilton that she keeps it at the bank because you already see that she uses his iPad and replies with his account. Yeah, she won't be safe with a cloud account. All right. And we don't need the internet getting those photos. Okay. Okay. All right. So Garcel decides in this moment to ask Dorit about her reposting Teddy's, the Nats, video. And she's like, "You said you weren't even friends with her." And look, the production did play back the video where Dorit says, "I never said that. I said that we're friends, but we're not that close." So Dorit's not lying. That's exactly what she said. I will say I did cringe the fact that Garcel brought it up. And I get it. Garcel says the reason why she brought it up is because she wanted to call out Dorit's hypocrisy. Okay? I get it. You want to call, but it just feels like it feels forced. It felt unnecessary. I'm like, why are we talking about this? Especially when you play it back. And that is exactly what Dorit said. However, Dorit's excuse, she's like, she tags me in it and I I wanted to help, she's trying to help him sell some tickets. John Mellencamp, so he's going to get help from Dorit. And on the after show, Erica says, I just wish Dorit would have been honest and said she reposted it because she felt like she looked cute in the video. Probably. I feel like that was the truth. Dorit's response didn't necessarily land for me, but fine. I also didn't love the fact that Garcel brought it up because to me that's where she fell flat. I was just like, I get it. You want to call her out for being hypocritical, and maybe you thought in that moment you actually had something. I'm just like, no. Like this is not, especially when you play back the video. She clearly says we're friends, but we're not that close. It will be interesting to see what the Nat has to say. I know. I'm really not that interested. But I love this moment where Garcel basically says that the Nat is going to love this. Let me play this for you really quickly. Hold on. I can't play the full thing, though.
Dorit doesn't get that it's not about Teddy. It's about that we should be able to call each other out, work through it, and move on. It's not about Teddy.
Teddy will be thrilled. And I wish we would not give Teddy this moment. It's not about Teddy. But anyways, that happens at the end in the sprinter. Okay, but I had to play because I was just like, oh, it's not about Teddy. We don't want this to be. Why are we talking about Teddy? All right. Anyways, so Sutton decides to make a speech. All right. We saw that Sutton was writing this speech. Her makeup artist was like, it's a bit long-winded. So she makes a speech about sisterhood, and then she puts a whole blue ribbon around it. She says, let's all stand up, put our hands in the middle, and I'm gonna say this. So Sutton was getting a little bothered because everyone was kind of like laughing at this. Look, this is Sutton. Fine. Apparently, based on the after show, this is something that continuously comes up throughout the season, them referring back to this moment. Jennifer Tilly says, well, maybe it was a monumental moment. They keep talking about it. All right. Oh, Theo. Thank you, Theo. Theo listened for us so we didn't have to. Theo says Teddy spoke about it on her podcast so clearly. She's thrilled to be talked about for 2 episodes now. Damn you. Damn you, cast. And you know what? I think this was a scheme that Kyle set up for Teddy to come to us with the BS. I do believe it. And now she's pulled Garcel in on it because you see Garcel and Kyle have gotten closer too. Oh, Lord. Okay. So anyway, so Sutton wraps this blue ribbon around them. Bosema's confessional had me cracking up because Bosema was like, I don't know what incantation or what she's whispering under her breath in regards to this. She's just like, am I Mrs. Sutton? She's like, I might be Mrs. Sutton. I don't want to be Mrs. Sutton. That made me laugh. Okay. So they do this moment. And look, I think Sutton's intentions are good because I do believe Sutton believes that there is a friendship bond amongst this group. I don't believe that. I believe maybe she has that bond with people like Garcel and of course, Jennifer Tilly. I don't believe that this is true amongst everyone else. Okay. So everyone had that moment. So at the end of this episode, Sutton brings up in the sprinter, as they're getting ready to go back, brings up Erica whispering under her breath, because at the table, Erica whispered to Kyle, like, I don't think, in regards to Dorit, I don't think she said that. In regards to what Dorit said. Only for us to come to find out, Dorit did just say she was friends with the Nat, but she's not that close to the Nat. Okay? But apparently, that's not what Erica heard or Garcel heard. Okay? So Sutton brings it up, and she was like, that defeats the purpose of why I did that whole incantation. It defeats the purpose. We should be able to be open and honest with each other and not whispering loud enough for me to hear in a group. Okay? Aleem says, Bosema's African side came out with that comment. I'm with her on that. Okay. Anyways, Dorit says that she doesn't remember exactly what she said, but she says basically what she thought she said was that she's friends with Teddy, but she's not that close with Teddy. What I would want to know is does Teddy view her relationship with Dorit as a close relationship or a friendly relationship? Because the way that Kyle reacted, so now you're not close with Teddy? Because it makes me wonder, but I've said this to you guys before. I'm sure there are people that think that a close friend to them, and I don't think that way. I'm sure there are people that think that about you. Like, they think that they're close, but they're not. It's possible. But that's exactly what Dorit said. The video proves that's what she said. Anyways, so Dorit tries to explain what was said, and that's when Garcel in her confessional was like, that's not what this is about. It's not about Teddy. It's not about Teddy, but although Teddy will be thrilled. Okay? But then it turns into a fight between Sutton and Dorit. And here's the thing. Unless they edited this out, Sutton wasn't yelling at Dorit. Dorit was yelling at Sutton, though. I had to play it back. I was like, wait, did Sutton get loud? Maybe this is Dorit's version of it, or in her head it felt like Sutton was yelling. But Sutton wasn't yelling. But Dorit, you definitely were yelling. And I do have to agree with Dorit again. I do believe that Sutton does have a little bit of a tick where 1 minute she's cool with you and she's supportive and she's friendly, and then all of a sudden she flips. Here, I don't know if that's one of those moments, though. But I do agree that she does have those moments where you think you're cool with Sutton, and then all of a sudden Sutton's like, why did you say that? Or why did you do that? Or she's like, that really hurt me. You just never know with Sutton, all right? Dee says Dorit's always yelling at somebody. Alim says Dorit definitely raised her voice first. Okay. Kisco says, yes, there are people who think that way. That's why if you say you're close with me, ask them my telephone number. Oh, you don't know? Then we are definitely not close. Look, even if you have my telephone number, doesn't mean that we're close. Do I respond? Do I respond? Exactly. Elaine, this is what Dorit says. Different day, different form of transportation. Because on the boat, Sutton was supportive. On the Sprinter, Sutton's not so supportive. So this leads to an argument between Dorit and Sutton. Okay? And Dorit's clearly yelling. All right? And she decides to point out in this moment, you want us to be open and honest, Sutton? Well, you're constantly changing your moods. In regards to one minute you're being supportive of me, the next minute you're not. Coco says, no, Sutton went up 1 octave. So maybe she was yelling. Oh my goodness. Sutton is, oh Lord. How would you guys rate this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. Make sure you subscribe today, and don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. We're trying to get to 1,000 reviews on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And don't forget, our Christmas merch is now available at houseofkempire.com. And everything Kempire will be available in the description, including our Kempire After Dark live show experience that's coming to Washington, D.C. on January 24th, Friday. And then Friday for Black History Month, February 21st for New York City. So make sure you get your tickets for that. A live stream option is also available. More information on everything will be available in the description. Loretta, thank you so much for the super chat. Loretta says, Kempire, we are not good friends. Joke, Dorit yells. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Happy holidays here. As you can tell, we are celebrating the holidays here on the channel all month long and until the new year. I'm looking forward not to having to see the airport for the next few weeks, couple of months, hopefully. But yeah. All right. Let me drop the call-in link for everyone. Guys, if you had to rate this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, how would you rate it? I'm going to drop the call-in link for our members first, and then I'm going to drop it for our live chat. Live chat, let's get to... How many people we have in the building? We got over 1,000 of you on YouTube alone. Can we get to 300 likes? Thank you. More like 400, but let's get to 300. All right, live chat. Let me go here. Okay, let me go to the community tab. Let me go members. Okay. All right. Alrighty then. Okay. All right, members, we've posted a call link for you guys in the live chat. We're going to post a call-in link for those that are watching, not the live chat, on the community tab. All right. I'd probably rate this week's episode of Beverly Hills an 8. Dare I say 8.5? It was a good episode. I was thoroughly entertained. There was a lot of things going on, but like I said before, I don't know if I care enough, and I hope that we move on from this Kyle and Dorit stuff, just because I'm tired of it. But we shall see. I did see that Kyle said that they're in a better place now. So, okay. I wonder if we're going to get more of Dorit and Garcel and what's going on there. Just when we thought that they made peace last season, we saw at the reunion that they didn't. Okay. Exactly. Kisco says, an excuse to drive to New York from Canada, a great drive, just winter is iffy based on weather, maybe. Yeah, why not? Why not? Come on. Come to the New York City show on February 21st. All right. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys. All right. Live chat. Thank you so much for 300 likes. Our members are backstage as well. Call-in link where it's dropping in the live chat. I'm going to drop it there. All right. Let me get to the callers. We've got Wendy backstage that wants to share her thoughts on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Wendy, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
Fine. You're just making my work day so easy. I just appreciate it.
Good.
Okay, so I think the fight between Cal and Dorit is produced. I don't think it's real at all. But I do think that the rift between Garcel and Dorit is just, I love it. I love it. I love to say that Garcel is giving Dorit. And I'm like, somebody need to tell Dorit sometimes you need to shut your mouth because you got 2 ears, 1 mouth, use it accordingly because Dorit is long-winded and she would talk a lot. So I'm loving this. I'm loving this season so far. I'm loving Jennifer Tilly. I've been such a big fan of hers since the 80s. So,
wow.
It's like, yes. So I'm just loving everything. And I also think that Erica is kind of slick jealous of Jennifer. Cause when she was talking about, when she saw the bags and stuff, she was like, that's not a bag, that's art. And, I was like, oh yeah. I can see the green eye monster coming out from Erica and everything. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Perfect timing. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Nasser's backstage. We're going to bring her up next. Nasser, what did you want to share about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I do want to say that I do like that Garcelle is on Dorit's neck, but she's becoming off a little petty. I feel like she needs to pick her battles. At that table, she should have sat back. She should have let Kyle take that heat. Yes, I do think it's fabricated, the beef with Kyle and Dorit, and this is Dorit's season to take her down, yada, yada. I don't believe none of that. I really think that they plan things out in the background like they always have. I think that they had an arrangement that it was going to be Dorit's season, and this is a way to help her and her husband get back their finances in order because, they broke. They're living ghetto fab in Beverly Hills. They don't got money like that. But that's your business. I'm going to mind my business. But, this is what they're doing. And I'm here for it. Do what you got to do to make your money. You've got small kids. Do what you got to do. I'm disappointed that we are not focusing on Garcel's success. Like, I want to see your acting. I want to see you dating. I want to see what you've got going on because you're making money. And I know you're doing well and you use this platform well. And these people hate you. Make them hate you more. Oh. I want to see it. And side note, I always felt Kyle and Mauricio's marriage was an arrangement. It's just now in the open he can date women. But that's another topic. All right, I'm in my business.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nasra. Wow. She left on a high note. I think they are showing a little bit of Garcel's success. They started off the season by showing, the new projects that she has going. Garcel's in a good space. And I think people are uncomfortable with that, maybe because your life is not in a good space. I'm just saying. I'm just asking, maybe. Just saying. Let me say thank you because we did have a super chat. Tamara, thank you so much for the super chat. Tamara says, Kempire, your commentary and your voice are so captivating that sometimes we forget to like. We need the reminder. Thank you. I will remind you. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support all the way from Canada. All right, let's get to some more calls because we have a lot of people backstage and I got to go too. All right, Hayad's backstage. Hayad, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
When you said all the way from Canada, I was like, oh my God, are you announcing me? I was like, oh my God, Kempire, thank you. Thank you for doing this live. I know you're jet lagged like no other. You're on like a tour, so God bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, this episode was, I would say it was like a 7 for me. It was good
Mm.
because of a lot of the side commentaries that I thought was interesting, like Erica talking under her breath all those times. Like, those are kind of fun little things that are happening for me. But I'm actually kind of realizing that a lot of these housewives do this thing where they want to reconcile, but we keep on forgetting about the truth part of reconciliation. Like, let's get all the facts organized first, and then we can reconcile, and actually the reconciliation will stick. Now, I'm not a Team Dorit fan. I'm a Team Production fan, because production, the way they got her to smoke that cigarette and create that scene and all that stuff, that was cinema gold. I do not believe for a second Dorit came up with this. I don't believe that this is organic in any way, because Dorit has never been organic. She was introduced as Lisa's friend. She was never Lisa's friend. Kyle pointed that out easily. They were never around her earlier. Nobody heard about her. And now she's pretending to be Kyle's friend. And Kyle and the Nat have literally pointed out the fact that she's just never around. She disappears for 6 months, like filming.
All right. Thank you, Hayat. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. We have Lauren backstage. I'm going to bring Lauren up next. Lauren, what did you want to share in regards to Beverly Hills?
Hey, Kempire. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm tired right here with you. I've been working tirelessly, so I understand this is our busy season as a therapist. So,
yeah.
But one thing I kind of wanted to point out now, I am very much so Team Garcel. However, is it me, or does it seem as though she almost sucks up to get Kyle's and Sutton's approval in some way, shape, or form? Because for some reason, I don't know why, she usually doesn't give a F about what everybody else considers, but she always goes out of her way to try to connect with Kyle. And even from the beginning, she always complained, I feel like you glaze over me, right? She doesn't have a problem going at Dorit, which in all honesty, I get. I don't like her that much either, but it is becoming a bit annoying, because it's like, girl, you got a dog with a bone. Either y'all gonna work through it or keep it moving. But also, too, what bothers me is because of the relationship she has with Sutton, I feel like she has blind loyalty, but Sutton does not show up for her in that same way. Like, it almost feels as though, like, even when the girls are ganging up against Garcel, I never really see Sutton stick up or say anything in the moment, at least filmed.
Yeah.
So that's something. And I'm really hoping they're not trying to pit her and Bose against each other, because that would be very disheartening to see.
Yeah.
Like, we already see that in Potomac. We do not need that in Beverly Hills. So that's only my tidbit. I just wanted to know, am I the only person that notices that?
I mentioned it a little bit during the recap.
Oh, I'm late to the recap.
No, it's okay. I mentioned it a little bit. I was like,
let me call in and then I'll rewatch the recap.
No worries. But thank you so much, Lauren, for calling in.
No problem.
Take care. All right, Delon's backstage, and Delon's going to tell us why Garcel is flopping.
Hello, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. But by that, I just mean, like, what she's doing is just, like, not landing well, you know, with the calling out of Dorit and the agreeing with Kyle. But yes, I understand why you agree with Kyle, because I feel like the thing Garcel was expecting from Dorit was an apology tour from Dorit. But I feel like Dorit took a different route and was just like, I'm just going to be cool on her because I'm tired of arguing with her, you know? But I love Garcel, so I love her down, but it's just hard to watch her in her flop season. And in all honesty, I feel like this season of Beverly Hills has been quite slow than the past couple of seasons. I'm kind of bored a little bit.
Okay.
Just as sad.
It's episode 4.
Yeah, but you know, they usually kick it up into gear from episode 1 on Beverly Hills, because they've been that girl the past couple of seasons, but they're not doing it so much. It's a little bit slow.
Okay. All right. Maybe a lot of people agree with you. Thank you, Delon, for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right. Ashley's backstage. We're going to bring Ashley up next. Ashley, what did you want to share in regards to Beverly Hills? Ashley.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm at the gym. Sorry. How are you, Kempire?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. So I would rate this episode a 7. I enjoyed it. I love quirky Kathy. I love all of her shenanigans. She makes me laugh. I did when Dorit and Kyle were going back and forth, I'm sorry, I was just distracted by Garcelle giving face card because I was like, oh my goodness. Like every time the camera would go to Kyle, I'm just looking at I'm looking at Garcelle in the background. I'm like, her face card is not declining. I was loving it. And the other thing I wanted to say was that in the after show, my theory is that Dorit, I feel like she strategically became friends with Bose. She strategically like ran and made sure that she could be quick friends with her because the way that Bose is sticking up for Dorit in the after show, Dorit was loving it. She was eating it up because the way that Bose can articulate herself, Dorit can't do that. So I feel like she's happy with the fact that she has someone on her side that can advocate for her. And I was noticing that a lot in the after show.
Yep, I agree.
And also, I was also loving the fact that I know that a lot of people don't agree, but I love the fact that Garcelle won't take her foot off of Dorit's neck. It was making me laugh.
Oh, damn, Ashley. Ashley, now get back to the gym. Go, give me 20.
Okay, I'm about to give you 20. Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, Miss Bernice is backstage. You're going to bring Miss Bernice up next. Miss Bernice. Oh, hold on, JS. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share?
Hey, what up, Dope Empire? How you doing, baby?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm glad you're back with safe and sound in one piece.
Thank you.
Okay. What you people fail to realize that without a husband, Garcel got everything that Dorit don't have.
Oh.
She has a successful life outside of Beverly Hills. Garcel really don't need to be on Beverly Hills. She chooses to because she enjoy it.
Mm.
She has her own production company. Those movies she's making, she's helped writing them.
Mm.
Come on, people. Now, if Dorit was really smart, you would be in a relationship with her, so she maybe want to put you in one of her movies, so you can have some viable income instead of being a scammer.
Allegedly.
Come on now. How is it now? Come on, let's watch them. When they bought their dream house one season, we ain't never got to move again, and then the next season starts. Y'all had to move. Really?
All valid. All right, Miss Bernice, we appreciate you calling in.
Okay, kiddo. Love you.
Thank you. Take care.
Oh, bye-bye. You too.
Go Lions. Are the Lions still in it? Wait, let me ask Miss Bernice. Miss Bernice, are they still in it?
Yes, we're 12-1. We're 12-1.
Oh, okay. Whatever that means.
Yes, we them dudes, dude. We're number one in the NFC North.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Go Lions.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, bro.
All right. Let's bring JS up next. JS, what did you want to share about Beverly Hills?
I'm sorry. When Miss Bernice said that Dorit out there scamming, I just thought about her in a call center with that accent. Anyways, I'm really disappointed. I love Garcel as well. I think this is the entire consensus right now with this episode, but I do not get why Garcel is sticking her neck out there for Kyle. Because Kyle, when you first came on the show, Kyle was ready to tell the world that you didn't pay money, that you pledged for, and all these different things. And even Erica's still insisting that Garcel isn't showing her real life. So I don't even know why. And I feel like that's a little bit of jealousy, Erica doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Garcel won't just try to extend an olive branch with Dorit. Because even blaming Dorit for you not having a relationship for Bose is, if you want to know Bose, just invite her over to your house or something. I don't know. But yeah, I just want Garcel to move on from this and try to build bridges outside of Sutton. That's it. Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much for calling in. All right. We have breaking news. Thank you guys in the live chat. James Kennedy was arrested for DV? What? Hold on to Sweet. What's her name? What's her name again? Damn, she's such a non-factor. I forgot her name. Anyways, hold on. They'll tell her, Allie. Oh, Lord. Okay, so James Kennedy, from Vanderpump Rules, which they're revamping the cast. They're revamping the cast of Vanderpump Rules. So a lot of these people are scrounging for money and relevance, okay? So TMZ, in their exclusive, say that Vanderpump Rules star James Kennedy is in trouble with the law. They learned that the Bravo personality has been arrested for misdemeanor domestic violence. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ that Burbank, California police were dispatched to a home area Tuesday night after receiving a call about an argument between him and a woman. They're told a witness saw Kennedy and the woman arguing, with the reality TV star allegedly grabbing her at one point, though we're told police officers did not see any visible injuries on her. It's worth knowing that Kennedy and his girlfriend, Allie Luber, appeared to attend a holiday party at Kathy Hilton's home the night of the arrest. So this is Beverly Hills related. So after investigating the situation, police say that they determined that it was a domestic incident, leading the DJ to being arrested for misdemeanor domestic violence. Sources say that Kennedy was released after posting $20,000 bail. We're told that the Burbank City's attorney's office is currently reviewing the case for possible charges. Kennedy and Luber have been dating since January of 2022, linking up mere weeks after the VPR star broke up with his former fiancée, Rachel Leviss. So they've reached out to Kennedy for comments. So far, no word back. Leave him, Allie. Leave him. I knew eventually that side of him was going to show up. Because if you've been watching Vanderpump Rules for a while, then you already know that he's drinking. He's a terrible human being. I know people want to rewrite the narrative about James Kennedy during these last couple of seasons because everyone hated Sandoval. But James Kennedy's just as trash as Sandoval. So then there's that. So for those that are just joining us, we had breaking news that James Kennedy, formerly of Vanderpump Rules, was arrested for DV, assuming, I believe, it involved his girlfriend that we've seen on the show, Allie. Allie, leave him. Leave him. Thank you. Anyways. All right. Let me see. Fashion Drug. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Hey, Camp, Nadia from New York City, Taurus sister here. Hey, I think it's crazy that Erica can yell at Sutton for 3 seasons straight, but Garcel has to let go the racially insensitive things Dorit has said to her." Say it again, Fashion Drug. Look, Nadia says, "I think it's crazy that Erica can yell at Sutton for 3 seasons straight, but Garcel has to let go the racially insensitive things that Dorit has said to her. And all of you were calling Dorit a Karen the last couple of seasons. Okay? For not just things that she said and done to Garcel, but other people on the cast of color." Love Calm Peace, thank you so much for the super chat. Love Calm Peace says this: "Garcel is clearly not interested in being civil with Dorit, and that is okay. Just be honest. Period." Hey, Miss Sharon, thank you. Miss Sharon says, "Kansas City Chiefs, 12-1. How about those Chiefs?" Okay. There's about to be a war up in here. A sports war, okay? All right, let me get to the rest of these calls, guys, because I got to go because I have to be live again at 4 p.m. for our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. So make sure that you're subscribed and your notifications are on for that, okay? All right. Eli or Ellie is backstage. Hold on. Eli? Ellie?
Hey, Empire.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Hope you're well, and I hope your show went well. I know I already did it because, all your shows are success, so I'm glad about that.
Thank you.
But I wanted to say, I feel like, I'm going to be real. I know that this whole stuff with Dorit she's putting it on, okay, because she need that check. But I'm enjoying it because someone needed to whack Kyle several times because I honestly, while I like her, and she is Beverly Hills, I feel like she is part of that. She's annoying because she's playing the victim card. Like, for me, I always think about how she told LVP that everybody dies when her, brother died.
Yep.
And now she wants sympathy because her best friend passed away and her husband is divorcing her and leaving her for a younger woman. I feel like, at the end of the day, everything comes back to us. So I feel like this is a lesson to her. Then I also feel like with Garcelle, I love her because I do. But I feel like her and Dorit's thing is kind of annoying at this point. And I feel like the whole thing bringing up Teddy was it was a waste of time and a waste of scene in reality. And I feel like she was trying to catch Dorit on something and now she kind of looks like the wrong one in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Doritos and Bose friendship, I'm scared because I feel like it is strategical and I don't want Bose to get tricked and I don't want people to call me a racist.
Oh.
So anyway, but I love Dorit, but that's kind of shady. Anyway, yeah.
Thanks, Eli. Bye. I think we all clocking that. And then some of the things that, anyways, I want to just move on and get to the other calls because I have other things I want to say. Maybe I'll put it in the podcast version. Make sure you subscribe. All right. Edward is backstage. Edward, what's going on?
Hello, Empire. How you doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good. So my little few cents on this one is I'm more in the middle. Even though Dorit deserved what was going on and everything, I do feel even though Dorit deserves those comments she got from Garcelle, I just feel like to me Garcelle's doing a little too much trying to team up with Kyle just because she got beef with Dorit during the taping of the season. I think it's a little too much. I think Garcelle should be mind her business and just leave it alone.
Okay. Is that it, Edward?
I guess that's it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. Because I don't even really know what was going on in the end. The ending kind of confused me and stuff. So I was kind of like, what was all that beef with the Nat? I don't understand it. I'm confused. But anyway,
we're all confused.
That was it.
Thanks, Edward. Take care. Bye. See, Edward was confused because the Nat is so irrelevant. Look, the Nat is so irrelevant. All right, let's bring Shayna up next. Shayna, what did you want to share about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Hey, Campire, welcome back. Listen, all of me is coming here for all of you in your recaps. However, I have to be honest. Miss Bernice, if you're still listening, I come for you too a little bit, girl.
Oh!
Dying, all right? But look, I'm a Taurus. I got to be honest. Anyway, look, I'm loving Bose so far this season. I feel like she's such like a natural. I don't know what it is with them and Teddy, but if it's a production thing or what, how fitting is it that all this cheating thing is happening right now in real time? And then we have her getting repeated on the freaking show. Every instance that we hear, every scene, it's just ridiculous. Kathy and her quirkiness, I'm here for it. Every episode, she never fails to amaze me. She's rich, living her life, doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And whoa, the James Kennedy, that just threw me for a loop. I heard that first from you, so I'm gonna give it to you. But definitely update us on that. I know you usually don't do like Vanderpump stuff too much, but please give us the tea on that because that's crazy. I've always watched it, and I've never really been a fan too much of it because you could see through it all, but that's crazy. Keep us updated. Take care, Kim.
Thank you. Take care, Shayna. All right, we have Happy Sky backstage. That'll be our last caller because I got to go because I got to rewatch Salt Lake City and a couple errands to run. All right, Happy Sky, what did you want to share about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to say I think it's really interesting in the last episode how they touched on how PK has been contacting Kyle and, it's been going on a lot about Mauricio and I've forgotten Dorit possibly having something. And I wonder if that is why Kyle is really upset at Dorit. Maybe that's the underlying reason is that she knows that Mauricio has some sort of feelings towards Kyle. And also the fact that PK is contacting Kyle. I really feel like it is kind of a situation where PK has feelings for Kyle and Mauricio has feelings for Dorit, and there's something going on there. And I think we're going to see more of that come through. I really think that's going to develop into something on both sides.
Oh, okay. Happy Sky. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, y'all. Shout out to all the callers. Shout out to everyone that's been in the comment section weighing in on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Be sure to let me know your thoughts for those that are watching the replay of this. I know you probably didn't know that I was going to come live and talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but here we are. I will be recapping Real Housewives of Salt Lake City a little bit later on today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. Central. And for those that are asking, am I going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville? Yes, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I can only do so much. But if you missed it, I did post a long-form video earlier today, then a 3-minute video giving you an update on the Remy Ma and Papoose situation. These two are fighting on social media, putting all their tea out in the street. So go check out that video if you missed it, and the update. Shout out to our King's Guard. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to our channel members. Become a member today at teamcampari.com/join. And of course, shout out to everyone watching on TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, we appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you all in the next one. Nina, thank you for the super chat. Nina says, what in the swingers? Ew, I don't want to think about that. I want to think about that. Bye, y'all. Look, bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to kempireradio.com.